Mm, is this thing on? Is this thing? Oh yeah. So what is this? More GPU stuff. Why? Free real estate. It's powerful and it's underutilized. There are really easy ways to get there. There are really useful things you can do, and there are some things that are less useful, just kind of fun. Um, right now, I'm doing some research spikes. I'm exploring capabilities and opportunities to use the GPU in Forge. If you were at team, maybe you saw my flyers for the LAN party. We played Quake 3 multiplayer across two different Jira instances using the WebSockets relay to show that A, it's possible to do, and B, that you can connect Jira's Confluence instances or Bitbucket and have inter-process communication um, basically for free. You can egress data, and as long as your application can uh, handle it, you can do encrypted secure WebSockets connectivity. That's how the uh, Quick server gets its information from the client through an encrypted WebSockets tunnel, and the frames are unpacked and converted back for the server and retransmitted back to the client. There's a little bit of a tax, but it was playable, and we had a really great session. And I gave away a T-shirt. It was so successful. We're going to be doing something uh, online um, pretty soon to take care of that. Uh, let's see. This is the response from. Oh, it's up. Great. Yeah, I've uh, the website still up, and the link is still good. So if you want to install, uh, don't use the LAN party link. That's for the branding. You just install, and you test the relay. If the relay is reachable, you're good to go. Install quick. For Jira or Confluence, your choice. You've already got it. So go there. And it's connected to the relay. You can test the relay or use a different relay. I've shared the code for that on GitHub. I should be connecting. No, I probably need to start over. Let me just do. I agree. Stop with my LAN party and restart and kick it off again. Start that. Uh-oh. Oh, I can't start it from there. I'll start it. I'll start it here. Bear with me, folks. Unplanned here. While that's building, I'll just watch the countdown. Actually, I have to refresh it. Oh, we're up. Hello. There we go. And so there you have it. It is one fun thing to do, and it didn't even. It wasn't even a. It's not even using the GPU. That's just WebGL and WebSockets. It's nothing fantastic. It's a WebAssembly port of Quick3 running in an iframe, talking WebSockets to a Docker container running another modified Quick3 that speaks to WebSockets, and you can substitute many of the components in that recipe or that story for C or X11 or even Windows applications, if it can be cross-compiled, in this case with Emscripten. If it can be cross-compiled, oh no. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, Doom is Quick 1, Quick 2, Quick 3, all follow the same sort of pattern. It's the transpile, WebAssembly, and the iframe via Forge as a connected app. When you think about the Forge API, REST APIs, and the opportunity to use all of those in a language that's not TypeScript or JavaScript, different new doorways open. That legacy code, that one of my kind of mild, like benchmark experiments is Lotus 123. Can I run Lotus 123 under DOS in a macro in Confluence? I think I can. And I think I can save the content back out into an attachment. I can do, oh, here's a good demo. Apps that can use the GPU are varied, and they come in different flavors for different applications. Here is a nonlinear editor It's open source, MIT licensed. It's running in Confluence. And it uses Forge storage to keep the project, and um, it uses Confluence for attachments. So I don't have any video stored in this space, but I could uh, import video, see the clips. But run into a little memory problem here. Suffice it to say, this is development and research, and why it's vital. Must carry on. Okay. I have written and shared, hopefully it was broken. This is a very broken build. The Forge GPU lab. Let's see here, folks. The yeah, GPU lab demo. This is on GitHub, so if you want to look at this, go ahead. If you want to fork it and play around with it, go for it. This is the kind of proof of concept. You can run, this is Rust on a GPU from Confluence. And as cool as Robo is, using Robo to fetch data to process with your GPU is, so get on board. What else? Oh, Stack Rank. So with Stack Rank app, I don't have a screen in here. I'll show you. Am I frozen? Oh, you bet. And just pop back and forth here. Is it in this one? Support site shouldn't be here. And it's not. Should I install? Have all this stuff to hide. Have you seen Cyclops? Do you need Cyclops? You do. I just want to take a minute and hover on my paid product in the marketplace. So that things are free or 99 cents. This is also 99 cents for the low tier. But still. Excuse me. What does it do? Well, here's your compliance rule set. Who you have in your organization that you need to report on. In Jira, you can set thresholds and weights for different attributes we can report on in Jira: unused screens, unled projects, security factors, things to do with configuration hygiene, automation, auditability, data retention, licensing. These are just measurements from Jira. You don't need a special custom app to tell you that you've oversubscribed. It either is or it isn't. But what makes this tool unique is you can decide if it's important and how important it is. And when you maintain your rules, export that rule set. All of this is now codified. What's your policy? It's here. It's in CI. You want to change it? Change it. You know, discuss it with Rovo. Does this actually do what I want it to do? I've never done that. Let's give it some time to upload, and we'll see. Analyze my rule set. What do you think? What do you think? You're Is it going to give me glowing hyperbole, or are we going to be smacked in the face with a cold dead fish? It looks solid overall. Well structured with good coverage across 8 categories. Well, these are the kinds of areas that are worth categorizing. Weight normalization. I mean, does anybody have normalized weights? I mean, any public projects are automatically high. I think that's where that comes in. But you see, there's the kind of feedback that you can solicit from Rovo and put into JSON and import and use. So that's what it does. You generate reports, all the different flavors, and you get to see who in your organization has what power. And I love it. Phrases like this gives me a chance to refresh. Maybe. This is just a simple demo site. It doesn't have a lot of creep and severity, but if we go in to the users and permissions, you can see where it quickly starts to get spread. I'm one individual, but you can see how cleanly my enablement is presented. I have an org admin. I am site admin. I belong to these groups. That comes from the default directory as part of this org. It's all laid out. And this is using only the data that's coming from Jira. There's additional data that comes from the organization API that's not accessible through Forge. I'm trying to solve that in container service backend, but for now, the one hop that your admin is required to make, and that's to use the org enumerator you need to use your org API credentials to run the extract. But once you've run the encrypted extract, you provide that to site class, and site class then performs some joins and combination operations to show you the flow, the fuller flow back into the organization. It shows that I'm part of the organization, I'm part of this default directory. But when you start to bring in the org information, you can see things like who's coming from dev Okta, who's coming from prod Okta. If you have multiple regions or availability zones and you're serving those through separate organization or some other fencing, and that's exposed in the organization API, it's exposed, invisible, and it comes out in the reports. User access, membership, permission matrix, and then the security issues. So the issues we find here, we report those out also. Here are some of the metrics. These are the kind of standard things, right? This is not enabled by SiteGlass. This is just reported by SiteGlass. Many of the other apps are the same. They're not. Level 0 raw data straight from the app. It's not combined, joined. It's not manipulated. It's not level 1, 2, or 3. It's not combined, recombined. It's not normalized. It's just, you have 255 custom fields. The REST API can tell you that. Anyway, I'm way off track. This is a string. And I'm free to do whatever. Oh yeah, you can choose the export format. And how deep you want it. And it's a raw JSON dump. It's basically everything that SiteGlass reports on and digests and reports here. We can have that, and you can see for yourself or report. Excuse me, send it to the Lakehouse. But that's what it does. And it doesn't use the GPU today. That's just something that is really necessary. And the thing about the org enumerator is that there's this gap, and it's a security thing. And Forge, at the application context, isn't meant to touch the organization. So you have to go call DoorDash, Foodly, or whoever, whatever your favorite food runner service. I think I'm done. I've covered everything I need to cover. Screensaver. This is where I can do stack rank. So I'll come over here and I'll do a little GPU stack rank demo for you. Now, why does it matter? All this work, it's all planned. It's all below the dang cut line. Let's pop it now. Let's put it on good ways. Boom. All right. Let's go. We're going to be 152 supported and 598 going back for reshaping. 1,000 total story points. But if this isn't all the work, well, we can append from a spreadsheet. That thing, that secret spreadsheet that's critical, that the one that leadership cares about, but doesn't have a path into the work management system. Oh, but that's where all the work comes from. Yeah, we're gonna ingest it and we're gonna do the right thing with it. And you can see my favorite view, if it's still cooperating. It's not, of course. Take you to town, sell you to the brag man. Coming through okay? Yeah. So yeah, this is using the GPU. Why? Because Sankey charts are awesome. Can't really drill down the way I want to in this, but being able to see who, oh man, there's 180 unassigned story points in these work streams. I wish I could see the actual streams themselves, but if we don't get that far down, you can see we've got, I hope we can see, we've got the plan. No, these are life cycle phases. That this is the best. Anyway, we've got plan, funding, signal, work type, owner pool, and then there the project or the space. These all fall under one. It seems like, yeah, all plan. The super item. Now, I didn't want to use the baked term or overused term like a epic, whatever. So we've got these super items, and then the big bits, and it's not showing. Well, what this can do, I think uniquely, is if there's work that shows, congratulations, you just moved up. If there's work that shows, what am I trying to say now? Too late, I need to go to that. Oh. One of the big problems I saw in one of my previous jobs is this, I call it a standing wave. And it's tough to make the analogy or the metaphor work with project leadership who aren't really into data. But when you can stand back and look at multiple years of strategic planning and find patterns and overlap in where the work reappears year over year, you can start to drill down and find things that matter. You know, staffing, competing priorities. If it's just if it's resourcing, it shows up as resourcing, hopefully, but it might have a corollary, and that may be that there's continually no funding. If that's a story that isn't being supported or told in the work stream, maybe you need to make sure that it does it, or that there's sensitivity that is maintained. Who knows? But being able to find those things and show those patterns is something that's um, possible, but not uh, not where the users are, and meeting them where they are with the tools they can use is what this is all about. And I think the GPU makes it more fun. Make the work, makes the tedium lesser. Um, being able to come over here. This is just another tab. This is just another tab on my board. I'm about to play Super Tux Kart, and I'm not using the GPU, but I am using where to do this fancy. It's downloading the chunks. It's a pretty big game. So it's downloading them from my website, from my domain, and I think it is. It's supposedly doing that. Uh-oh. There we go. Chunk 2. And so I have to, let's see. It's going from here, in a group. And here's my standing wave. And you may find this challenging. How do you move this around? You have to be deliberate. You have to be deliberate. But if you're patient and you're, dedicated, you can entertain yourself with my little website. However, I digress. I don't actually do any work. I don't have any customers, any clients, or anything. It's just a facade. Many people have asked, what is it? It's personal. It's how I make my services available broadly. Anyway, this is taking a long time to download. Responsible thing for me to do is observe the goals. I haven't added any goals. What's going on with the code tab? Anything important to do? No. Water screensaver, is that working? Unfortunately, I've got so much to do on here, and it has a lot to do with how things are shown. No, again. Still downloading the chunks. Jump. Temple. Here we go. Because that's relevant. Because you can't have a leaderboard if you don't have representation. It's usually not so slow. Should use Cloudflare CDN. All right, here comes the 12th chunk. And then, I mean, it's pretty sluggish. It's pretty sluggish. Oh, it doesn't know who I am. That one. We didn't do this one at the LAN party. Where should we raise? All right.